I roll.
Yo guys, I hope you guys are doing well. This is just gonna be a short little video. Some people still needed some clarity on how I mix my beats to get them like clean while still, you know, hitting very hard and knocking. Of course, not every beat needs to hit hard and knock, but you know, for particular styles, you definitely want your AOAs and your bass, your kicks, your drums to hit very hard. Okay, so the first thing I do, I use a parametric EQ, and I just use the first one, not even parametric EQ 2, and I literally just boost up some of the lows and boost up some of the highs a bit. I boost up the lows so that when I use higher notes of like an AOA or a kick, it still has bass to it. Because oftentimes when you use higher notes, of course the bass is gonna go if it's a one shot, right? And the highs, I boost some of the highs just to make the hi-hats and the snares a bit sharper. I also add the soft clipper, classic soft clipper, but what I do with my soft clipper is a bit more unconventional. I know most people, when they put in a soft clipper, they don't touch anything. They literally just drag it in and just use it as is, but I don't really do that. I actually put it to -3 instead of 0. Just to give myself even more headroom, and that's just to make sure it doesn't go past, of course, -3. It makes the sound a bit more thumpy. But then you're probably thinking, oh, so why do you add another soft clipper? Yeah, I add another one, TR5. Shout out Echo from Pluto. He told me about this, and life hasn't been the same ever since. This has come in clutch. Oh my goodness, this is the MVP. I said it last time. This is the MVP right here. So I just put it onto -3 again. I'm basically treating that like it's 0. And then I put the gain up by 5.7 just so that it's really hitting. But I change it like this. The reason why I use 2 soft clippers is that I can really control how much I want it to knock. As I said before, some beats you have to be situational with it. You don't want everything to hit the same. It doesn't always have to be very hard hitting. The bass doesn't always have to be a lot. You know, you can be situational with it. So yeah, I often tweak this a bit. I definitely tweak it, but most of the time it's around that 5.7 roughly. I don't really play around with this, any of these. I don't really. You can play around with saturation and stuff. That's a bit of saturation. But yeah, I don't really do too much with it. I just change the output and the gain. The next thing I add is an L2, a Pro L2. This is just to add that extra bit of volume, and it's to bring it back to 0. Remember when I was talking about the headroom? So I treat everything, I treat the -3 like it's the 0. That way I get a lot of headroom and it gets a cleaner. When I bring it back to 0, I get a much cleaner, controlled knock. Whilst it's still hitting hard, don't get it twisted, but it's not muddy, or it's just really clean. Another important note is to definitely, this is like fundamentals. When you have your melodies, your melodic elements of the beat, you need to cut off the lows in particular. Cut off the highs a bit as well, just so that, you know, like the sounds aren't as harsh in the top end as well. But cutting off the lows is pivotal. I can't stress it enough. When you have bass in your melody, you know, sometimes when you're playing a piano, like you use very low notes as well, that will interfere with the bass you put on top of it, and it can create a lot of mud. So let me show you how it sounds when I cut off the lows versus how it sounds when I don't cut off the lows. So right now I'm going to show you it cutting off the lows. versus not cutting off the lows. Pay attention to listen to the sound and also look at the actual Pro Q3. Now let's hear that with drums. So as you can hear, I don't know if it's easier to detect. Obviously, I'm using studio headphones, so I can really hear it clearly. But there is a huge difference between when I cut off the lows. Another thing you may want to do here and there is boosting your 808s. Just if you're using like FL20 or above. I know some people still like to use the older FLs. When I used to use FL11, this didn't used to exist. FL11 is still amazing, by the way. You can use whatever FL you want, but this is just an extra feature that can help you sometimes. You can definitely just sometimes, if you want to even boost it even further, just flick the boost knob. You can play around with the out knob as well, you know, just to get a nice shape that you want. You see, versus it definitely comes in handy sometimes. Sorry. All right. Yeah, but my one there was nothing on it, so let me turn that off. Yeah, that's pretty much it. This is a really short video. I just wanted to clarify it properly because obviously I did this. I think I explained this on a reel, so it wasn't, obviously it was way more fast paced and it wasn't as clear. But I hope this like whole long video helped you to fully understand what I was trying to get across before. And hopefully all you guys, because I know I struggled with it for a long time. As I said before, Echo from Pluto, he really like came in clutch one day and he gave me all the sauce. So now I'm just giving it away. I'm not even gonna gatekeep. Everything I know, I'm gonna just tell you. I hope to see you next time. See you guys later.